All right, Amy. So we're officially recording here, and I do want to check in before I continue and just make sure that it's okay that I record this call with you.
Yeah, that's totally.
Okay, perfect. Well, I want to thank you for taking time out to um, allow me to practice my coaching skills, but also allow me to serve you. So I'm really grateful to be here with you. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to all that lies ahead for us here. I also want to thank you for filling out the welcome packet. So I'll just jump right in there and tell me, what were your thoughts on the welcome packet?
I will say I noticed it was very inclusive. I think it was one of the first documents in a while that options for pronouns. That was actually the first thing I noticed was you had options for pronouns, which for me isn't necessarily like a game changer, but I know for a lot of people could be. So I did notice that, and I thought that that was actually very important, because I think for a lot of people, depending on who your client may be, I liked that you could circle whatever you identify as. And I obviously was like, okay, she, her, but I love that you didn't, it wasn't just assumed, or there wasn't just that you had the option, and I actually noticed that right away, and I was like, that's very affirming for a lot of people, and I think that makes it it makes you seem like a very safe place for a lot of people to talk to, and I think that was the first. And then the questions were just super easy. It was super easy to fill out, very basic, not super heavy on the questions, and all just very basic and straightforward, so good to go.
Awesome. What were your reflecting back on the questions that were on the packet? Do you have any thoughts on your responses to those, or did you think about them after you filled it out?
Now I can't remember what I wrote because I'm still having memory problems, but which is not your fault. That's just still my problem. I think one of them said something about, what do you like to do? Am I right? Did it say one of them, I think, said, what do you like to do in your free time or something?
Close. Yeah, one of them was, and you did kind of answer that question. It was, what do you value the most?
Or what do you value? Yes. And so, yes, that, I think is good for people to think about, because you can kind of put anything. It can be people, or it can be pets, or it can be, things to do, or anything like that. So it was, super open-ended. And so I definitely did think about it. And I think I don't remember what I put, but I know I think I put a variety of things. I definitely put my pets, but I think I also put things that I liked to do, and friends, which I don't think I would change my answer if I had more time. I think that's usually my go-to, is like friends, pets, like travel, things like that. But I think that's always, a good question, because it gives people the opportunity to like think about, what it is. So
Yeah, I agree, and that's why that's on there, because I do think I was hoping to plant a little seed, and nobody really asks other people, what do you value? So I do like that unique approach in coaching, where we do get to dive into what people truly value, and usually in that we can find some reason why people sought coaching to begin with. So coaching isn't like, I don't know if you read in the packet, but I just want to clarify, like, I'm not a therapist, obviously. You
I did read it. Yes.
Yeah, you did. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. So I'm just here to be a helpful guide and walk alongside you on your journey. And you were right as far as your values go. You wrote that you valued friendship and pets, travel, health, and loyalty. So, do you have anything to add to that, or those?
Um, ooh. Um, no, I mean, I think that definitely like covers everything. I mean, I value things, I mean, along with loyalty, I mean, like maybe like gratitude and things like that. If that's, I mean, I guess you can value gratitude, or you can be gracious at the same time. But I think out of 2020, there, you know, at the end of everything, a lot of people came out of it with also a lot to be grateful for. And so I think that there's that as well. But other than that, yeah, I think that would be kind of everything is what I wrote down.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to fill out the packet. I really appreciate it, and I wanted to find out your values because I wanted to see if any of these values would help us potentially explore what you might want to focus on in regard to your health, which is one of your values, or your wellness.
I know. So that's like what I'm struggling with is, you know, I do really, I mean, health and wellness, you know, health and wellness is very important to me. I think, you know, that I had gained a bunch of weight when I got hit by a car. I was 240. I gained 100 pounds. So it's extremely heavy, very unhealthy, physically and, you know, mentally, just kind of all over the place. And then I did start losing weight. Naturally, no surgery or anything, just kind of on my own. And I did find kind of a love of like exercise and like eating healthy and all of that. And then because I have an autoimmune disorder, I also kind of have to kind of keep things like that in check. And so, yeah, I do enjoy working out. I don't do it as a punishment. You know, I find a joy in fitness. I find a joy in kind of being active and moving my body. So I'm having a hard time kind of figuring out like where I want to go with it, you know, and like what I want to do. I know there's still like so much to like learn and like grow from, because obviously like with like diet culture in this world, it's still so hard to not want to shame yourself every day. But you know, when I do well with nutrition, I enjoy, you know, meal prepping. I enjoy eating healthy. I enjoy all that just because it makes me feel better. Again, not as a punishment. But I'm definitely open to ideas of kind of what to focus on, because I've struggled in that regard very much.
Well, it sounds like you have found ways to take good care of yourself, to love yourself. You said several times that you do what you do because you love it and not out of punishment. That's really beautiful, actually, as a woman, to be able to say like I'm doing those things because I enjoy them, and it makes me feel good, and not because society is telling me to do a certain thing to look a certain way. So I applaud you for that, for your recognition of how all these habits make you feel. You did write in your packet that you were feeling a lot of pressure at work to cover other people's, you know, maybe uh, lack of good quality work. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. But and also you know, feeling like you can't step away. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't taken a lunch break in probably a month. Because there's no coverage if I take a lunch break and, then I come back to, 6 voicemails or anything like that. And it's kind of like, there needs to be and it's hard to find a balance of, do I want to leave on time and not take a lunch, or do I want to stay overtime and work a lunch? Sometimes I don't work a lunch and I stay overtime. And then, yeah, I find myself like kind of double checking other people's work when they cover, or when they take, when they're helping on the unit, because it's not quite the quality, and I need to let go, but it's hard because I've covered the unit for so long by myself. And, having such, kind of, we have the sickest of the sick in the ICU. It's the most critical patients. I feel very protective of them. I want them to it's not like they just came in because, they had, I don't know, not saying the rest of the patients obviously don't deserve good care too. But they didn't come in just for something kind of routine or something basic. They're very ill. And so I do feel that they're a very strong level of, kind of protection over them, and the level that their families need, and the level of care and attention that they need, with meeting with them and assuring their families that their discharge plan will be kind of handled from day one, and that they'll get a thorough assessment, and I will help with paperwork, and I will help with kind of everything. And that doesn't always get done when I'm not there. So I go back and kind of check everyone, and then I'm doing double work. And I need to learn to kind of just let the system fail, and just know that it's not going to fall on me. But it's very hard to let the system fail, knowing that it's, one, at the sake of patients and families, and two, it puts a lot more on the rest of the staff than, the staff of the unit. But it is exhausting. It's exhausting, not being able to find that kind of balance. I have a very, very good after work balance. Like the work-life balance is great, but the work that, like, I just, and if I eat at my desk, I need to force myself to take a lunch or something, or to take a walk, and I used to do that. I used to force myself to walk. Or just do something, but I haven't seen the daylight in, I don't know, it's been like weeks.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, buddy. Here, can you go sit for just a few more minutes, please? Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'll look at it in just a minute, okay, honey? Thank you, love. Well, you care a lot. I hear that, and what you just said. You care a lot, and you're afraid that things are going to fall through the cracks. Patients are going to get the quality care that they need unless you are, doing all your checks and balances, and afraid to leave your post, even for fear that something is going to go awry or something's going to get missed. Leaving a chance for something to not go well with a particular patient and make more work for the staff. So you care a lot, Amy. And
yes, I do. Hearing that.
Yeah. And you mentioned work-life balance. It sounds like you have a great out of work self-care like self-care routine, but work is kind of where there's maybe a lack of self-care, because you feel like you can't practice that when you're in the four walls of the hospital.
Yep.
Okay. How do you see yourself potentially shifting that?
I just need to get back to just, forcing myself. And if I work overtime, and that's the hard part, is I'll be like, okay, I'm going to make plans after work to go on a walk, or like, today I went roller skating after work. And so my big thing is I don't want to stay overtime because I have plans. But then I'm like, but if I take a lunch, I'm going to have to work overtime, and I don't want to do that. But I need to step away. I mean, yesterday I spent 4.5, 5 hours with one family in one situation, and I was still tired today. I mean, I walked in and I was like, if they make me walk by that room, I am going to scream. Like, I was so tired. I slept great, but I think I fell asleep on the couch and didn't even take my pills last night. Like, I was so tired today. I was just drained. And I was like, if anyone, and people wanted to like hear what happened yesterday, because it's been a big drama case for a week. And I was like, if anyone talks about it, I will scream. Like, I was like, I can't talk about it. I'm so tired. I don't want to hear about them ever again. I'm tired. I can't spend 5 hours with people ever again. I just can't do it. And I have pretty good boundaries, but whew, it's just, some of it is just exhausting. And yeah, I need to just force myself, is when you clock out, is you just put your phone down and you leave. And if you stay late, or you know what, the work's always going to be there. It's just always going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You mentioned boundaries. That was exactly what came to mind too when I was thinking about, we both work in the ICU, and sometimes, despite being in a caregiver role, boundaries are so necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on maybe setting boundaries with some of the staff so that you have more time for yourself?
I think the ICU staff is not the problem. I think the ICU staff actually is not the issue. The ICU staff is actually wonderful. I think that the ICU staff themselves are very understand, like, because the good thing about the ICU staff is you guys know, I mean, you guys have coverage for lunches, you guys take your lunch, like, you guys understand, so you guys are fine. It's more my department's management, it's kind of, from our director and our leadership and our management, is the never ending kind of here we are with the word finding issues again. The demands are just like the demands of the day, or even the demands of the week, like they're not able to be met. They're unrealistic, basically. Unreasonable. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. And you could put in so much. I mean, you could do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, X, truly do so much. And all they will focus on is what you didn't do. So it's really not the ICU staff. The ICU staff is so gracious. I mean, yesterday at the end of the day, after dealing with what I had dealt with, I mean, the charge nurse hugged me. Today I walked in and the doctor bowed at me. I mean, it was, I feel that the ICU staff is very much a well-oiled machine, and very respectful and very grateful and gracious, and we all, everything is actually fine. It's more of my management. I don't know, really what it is, but they very much only focus on what's not done, what didn't get done, what could have been done better, what you didn't do, what, it's all just kind of the negative aspects. And I think there's just, the pressure to just keep doing more. And I'm like, but I can't do more. I can't do more.
Can you just a second, please, love? Love, please. No, just give me just a second, okay? Can you go sit down for just a second, please? Go sit down for just a second, please. I'm almost done, buddy. Sorry.
Okay.
What, buddy, please go sit. Please go sit, honey. what boundaries do you think you could set with your department that might make work a little bit easier for you?
I don't know. I don't talk to them. I don't really talk to my boss. I mean, I saw her yesterday for the first time in weeks. It's more so just the passive aggressive emails, which really I shouldn't worry about because I don't see, my lockers at the ICU. I'm not one of the people that has regular meetings or check-ins with her. So I really shouldn't care because I don't see her ever. Whereas some people, some of the other social workers and staff, sit in the office or meet with her every day to consult and stuff. I don't find the need to do that. I'm independent. I don't need to babysit with you. But I think I just need to just not care. I mean, I just need to just not care. I mean, at the end of the day, the work will be there the next day. It'll be there the next day. And there's going to be times or there's an emergency and, I had things, are going to come up. But I mean, for the most part, someone's FMLA paperwork can get signed tomorrow, or someone's discharge letter that their grandma needs for something in Mexico can wait a day, but
yeah,
it's just so hard. I just want everyone to come from Mexico to see their grandma, and I just want everyone to get disability, but at the same time,
yeah,
we are one person.
Yes, you're one person and you are covering the job of many and doing a fantastic job of it. You really are. And again, there's that element of like you care so much that you can't stop, but the work will always be there. What's a small thing that you could do right now to feel better at work and bring your stress level down?
Well, I'm good about my to-do lists, but yeah, I think just tomorrow I need to go on a walk or something. Like I haven't taken a lunch in so long. I need to definitely do that. And then just remembering, safety issues. Whoop, whoop. I lost you for a second. There we go. Safety issues come first. So, if the assessments don't get done, the APS, the CPS, the homelessness, that's going to always have to come first. And then you get done whatever else you get done. If someone goes to the floor without an assessment, then, they can do it on the floor. I need to get outside. Yeah. Even if it's just a 10-minute loop around the building, I need to get outside. I need to refill my water bottle. Like I need to use the microwave in the break room, not the nurse's station. I need to leave.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on maybe making that a short-term goal for like the next 5 work days? Just making sure that you get up 10-15 minutes during your shift and take care of you. Get outside, get fresh air. How do you feel about that?
Well, no, I need to do that because otherwise I will go insane. I'm so tired this week. And I'm literally exhausted. And I'm like, that's not good for after work either. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Okay. What are your thoughts on making that little 15-minute window for yourself?
Oh no, we're gonna do that. I just, yep. I'm thinking tomorrow. I think plan will be tomorrow. I'll do it after rounds before I even sit down at a computer to even chart or even like open a face sheet or anything, because it'll be a good time to like, before I even start writing notes, because usually what'll happen during rounds is I'll have like 6 voicemails, and then if I can just leave it, it'll be 11 o'clock and I can just take like a quick little, it won't be lunch yet, but it'll be like at least a few minutes to take a quick 10 or 15-minute break to even just get started outside and just, walk around the building a couple of times and something. Because if I don't do that right after rounds, that's when it starts being like a mess.
Yeah. You deserve that break.
Yeah. Mondays and Thursdays are definitely a lot. So.
Yeah. And you sound confident that you can fit that in during that time. Like,
yeah, I think if I really just go to rounds, do everything, write whatever, and then just literally put my notebook down and just walk out of the building before I even sit at a computer, I think it's more feasible than if I sit down, start checking the voicemails, start doing it. Like, and I just need to just not just put it all down and then just go first.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
And
add the lunch on my.
Yeah. I was gonna actually add that I was gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on our long-term plan for these coaching sessions potentially? And this, coaching is great because we can always shift and maneuver as needed. But I wanted to set a short-term goal and then maybe look out into our future a little bit as well. And so as we were talking, I thought, a good thing for you would be to actually give yourself a full lunch, give yourself that full 30-minute California break.
We're going to get there. We're going to get that 30-minute lunch break that I'm supposed to be, not getting paid, or not, that I'm supposed to get paid to not work through. Yeah. Yep. Maybe even a whole week by the end of this. At one point I was taking 5 when that stopped. Probably pre-COVID, I think, is when that stopped. But I feel like it was so nice at one point.
Yeah. How confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that you can make these little mini breaks happen before 11?
Well, Monday and Wednesday, rounds ends at 11. So rounds will be from 10 to 11.
Okay.
So I think Mondays and Wednesdays will be easy if I can just throw my stuff down and go. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'll need to just figure out, I'll need to figure out something, whether it be a time or something, because there's not something like a scheduled meeting or like a time or like an event, to do that. So that I need to still figure out. But Mondays and Thursdays, I think after rounds is just a really good time to just come back, put my stuff down, and then just get outside. So that we'll do tomorrow.
Okay. Good. Well, maybe we can check in next week and see how you're doing.
We'll see how tomorrow. Yep, we'll see how it goes in the next week.
I'm excited for you.
Honestly, I'm hoping we get through at least a couple by next week. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. And pay attention to how that feels when you're taking that time for yourself.
It's so nice. I love it. I know you're familiar with the area. So when I do lunch or whatever, I walk down to the park down at Briar Patch. I listen to music. I come back. It's like a mile there and back, or when I do the full loop. And I listen to music, or I like will text or catch up on whatever. And it really is, it's just like so nice. It is so nice. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but it really is just nice to be able to head down there. Or sometimes I'll do the loop where you go down and around by Target and around like all the buildings and stuff if I want to do some hills. And you're just kind of out, and it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see in your body, even when you're thinking about it, that you're feeling relaxed.
Even when I started, all the social workers have always eaten lunch together, and I never have, because I'm like, I don't want to talk about work on my lunch. I don't want to be part of whatever drama situation happened before. Like, I don't want to get wrapped into that. Sometimes I've eaten in like this ICU lunchroom, because it's a little bit different. It's like a better vibe. And so sometimes I've done that. But overall, like, I just don't want to spend my lunch break doing work stuff. Like, I want to be outside. I just want to go outside. Just want to go to the park, walk around. It's just so much nicer.
Yeah.
So much nicer.
Yeah. Well, you're honoring your values by doing something like that. Health is one of your values. You're paying attention to that by stepping outside and taking that time for yourself.
And I very much, I need the fresh air, and I don't like to sit for 8 hours. So getting like even just like a little mile walk in like halfway through the day is just very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yep. I'm excited for your boundaries at work and taking that time for yourself.
We have to do something, because I am just like so resentful towards my boss and the whole department, and I just need to go.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm the only one that doesn't take a lunch. Everyone else takes a lunch. I'm the only one that does not. So,
like you said before, the work will always be there.
It'll be there. I'm just a warm body, so it'll be there.
You're more than a warm body. We value you so much.
Well,
you bring so much to our team.
I know that, but at the end of the day, it'll get done or it won't. When I go on vacation, I'm not thinking about what's not getting done. So I can take 30 minutes. So if I feel comfortable taking 2 weeks off, I can leave for 30 minutes. So.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you're not feeling valued by your department. And
oh no, yeah. I am trash. No. They don't. No.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Absolutely zero. Yep. Yeah, we just had a coworker retire because of that. So yeah, the ICUs especially is a very undervalued area in our department. So yeah, so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Even more reason for you to step away.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't value me, I can go take my lunch.
Yeah. And not only that, but you're not going to get the evaluation from your department that's going to say you deserve this. So we want to make sure that this is happening. So, taking it for yourself and valuing you, is really important in this heavy work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Especially after 5 hours with difficult families.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Amy, is there anything else that I can dive into with you this evening and serve you in any way?
No, I'm gonna take my lunch tomorrow. I'm gonna take a break and a lunch. They can do the work themselves.
Good. Good. I'm very excited for you for taking that time for you. You work really hard for others.
Well, it is the best unit in the hospital, so
We love you.
yeah. No, yeah,
Aw.
I'm very happy to be there. So, yeah, it really is, you know, a great unit. So, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way, but yeah, I do need to do that for myself.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm excited to hear about how you're going to be taking your breaks all this next week and to see how that goes and see how you feel. And we'll I'll be in touch via text, or if I see you at work, maybe we can set a time for next week and check in. And does that sound good?
Okay, that will work.
Okay, wonderful. Amy, thank you so much for your time, and get some good rest
Thank
and
you.
take care of
Yep.
you.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you. You too. I'm going to stop recording here.